Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today I got John Palermo.
I took the ability for him to talk, scream for help. So he came out, he's going, I swung and I hit his elbow. And I could feel his bones crackling through the back. And he was like this. He was screwed up. So he dropped on the floor, grabbed the mic here, and I said, listen, you better start paying up, or if I come back, it's going to be a lot worse. And I said, I'll worse than that. So now this is me now. A kid, I got a body laying here. I got a group of people, and I got to do something with the body. Because he went unconscious with the pain. So I took his body, I swear to God, dragged him in the porta potty. I opened the lid, and I put his body in there.
Oh, man. You dumped him in there?
I put his body in there. I put him up, popping him up so he won't drown. You know, who knows what's in there. And all I was thinking, how I started getting dementia, because you start losing your mind when you start beating people, you know what I mean? It's getting like natural to me. And I says, the only thing I could think of, I was hungry, so I got to stop to eat after I beat this guy. Then I was thinking all the way home, not, his body's all screwed up, he's hurt, I did that. I was thinking, how is he going to get that blue dot of his
Yeah, the blue dye. Michael Spilatro owned a lot of restaurants, right?
He owned a bar on Rush Street.
Yeah.
You heard of Rush Street before?
I've heard of his restaurant, and he was in a bunch of movies.
I was in a movie with him.
Were you?
TV made movie. It was a Robert Conrad, because that was his sidekick. That was his buddy. That was his in Hollywood. And then it was George Hamilton, too. It was filmed in Chicago. And me and Michael played the movie together. Two Fathers was called. It's a made-for-TV movie. Two Fathers. If you anything you want to know about Michael, I could probably tell you, because Michael was my closest. He was the one in Chicago overlooking Tony Spilatro's interest in Chicago. That was his job.
Tony Spilatro was killed. Why was his brother involved? Like, why was his brother killed too?
Well, this was number one. I'll tell you why he had to be killed with his brother. There's no doubt in my mind that Michael would have wanted revenge. He would have started a war. Because look at how Patrick, his brother, reacted when the two brothers got killed. You know Patrick, you heard about him.
No.
He was damn in the court system. He's going into court. He says, I want all these guys. I mean, he was really pissed. Now, these brothers were very close. You know what I mean?
So there was another brother named Patrick?
Well, there's four brothers. There's Patrick, Victor, Tony, and, Patrick. Yeah, he was an orthodontist. He was a dentist.
Patrick, Victor, Tony, and Michael, right?
Correct. And then his mom, there's a picture of my stepfather helping Tony Spilatro's mother into a party.
Nancy.
No, Grandma Gigi. That was the mother of the boys. The grandma. We call her Grandma Gigi. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we did everything with the Spilatros up there. Vacation. I had a show for Annie and Michael's wife because she was afraid of the dog. So I didn't care. I loved them. I loved the whole family. They were good people. Society, that was their job. But they knew how to turn off the mafia in them and be, good people. I mean, we went to dinners, like a big group. No one knew who these people are. No, they weren't like, I'm a gangster and all that crap. They weren't like that. And the Spilatros, highly, highly religious people.
Yeah.
They dumped so much money in the Catholic Church, it's ridiculous. But they wouldn't send a priest to the wake because they said, we deemed the Spilatros' way of life was good with the Catholic religion. But they never returned the money, did they?
Yeah, they gave a lot of money to the church, right?
Oh, yeah. Now, I'll tell you a little side story. Tony Spilatro and some of his crew were out to dinner at a restaurant in Las Vegas. Okay? And that third restaurant was no more than Robert Bobby De Niro, the movie star. So De Niro sent a message to the Palazzo table asking him if he can join him for dinner. And the Palazzo sent a message back. He goes, "No, you can't sit at our table because you like the dark skinned ladies. Because De Niro married, he liked the black ladies." So it's ironic that what maybe 5, 6 years later he's playing the role about Tony Splotch in the movie Casino.
Uh,
That's another
and
subject. I go to the movie Casino and I can tell you what's wrong, what's right. You know what I mean? What was right was Tony was going rogue. At the beginning, he cared what the bosses in Chicago said. You know what I mean? He cared. But the movie it didn't depict him where he didn't give a crap about the bosses. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
then you got Michael yelling, they're aging, they're getting older. Now I'm starting to get away. I'm starting to put all this shit together. You know, the house robbery, Tony Splotcher going rogue, Michael Splotcho screaming about the aging and, no one's around. You know what I mean? And then one day I walked into a restaurant. Michael had a few guys sitting there. And, like, you don't sit there and join the conversation. It's not right. You know what I mean? I just walked past, but I heard. He made me heard this. He goes, the first one we got to take out is the old man from Palm Springs. Now I knew who the old man was, Tony Accardo. I said, son of a bitch, what is going down here, Michael yelling, the house robbery. Tony Splotcher going rogue on the bosses. Tony Splotcher always testing the power. He is always testing them. And I said, son of a bitch. So I called a family member. I don't want to say the name, but I like to leave people's names out of this thing. And I called him and said, listen, I got to talk to Tony Accardo. It was a family member of mine. Because I didn't want to walk up to the front door, you know what I mean? So he made it. We sat down with Tony Accardo. And I told Tony Accardo everything was going on. Now, we had drinks in front of us. Now, he got so pissed when I told him all this shit. He stood up and he smacked the glass away. He smacked. I never seen the old man like that, so pissed. So my theory, what this is, because the Skull outfit does not kill brothers. Okay, the way the hit went down was all the bosses were there because the mafia sends you a message. The way they kill. You talk, they slit your throat. You know what I mean? They send the message. And all the bosses took part of this killing. Now, the message I got that they wanted to take over the Skull outfit by force, the Spilotros. And Michael was, to me to this day, Michael was saying this in front of me. I think he was testing my loyalty. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And he knew I had a close family relationship with Tony Accardo. So I think he wanted Tony Accardo to make the first move at them. You know what I mean? But obviously, Tony Accardo made the first and last move with Dunn Bros. He got the better of him. So Michael, I don't know if I don't want to claim fame to this, and I hope it wasn't my doing talking to Tony Accardo, putting all this information together was their last call. You know what I mean? I'm too close to that family. I love Amy. I love their kids. I've watched Mikey when he was a little boy, and I don't want to be claimed to fame. It wasn't because of the skim, because if you watch that movie Casino, and it's true, Tony Splotch was not allowed in the counting room. He had nothing to do with the skim. Now, the way the skim was coming short, my belief is you had gangsters picking up the skim money, okay? I seen they flew around in the Learjet. I seen the Learjet they flew around. Now you had some thieves picking that up. Now come on, you're sitting in a private jet with $2 million in cash around you, uncounted. Don't you think they took a little bit off for themselves?
I'm sure.
Huh?
I'm
That's what
sure.
you do it. Absolutely.
I don't know if I'm gonna get killed for doing it. Probably not.
But these guys didn't get killed. You didn't hear anybody picking up the skim getting killed, did you? They didn't get killed.
A lot of people were getting killed out there in Chicago. It was no joke back in the day.
Yeah, they didn't play around. I tell you, the big boss that was a serious guy, and he was hardcore. He was 24/7 gangster. He would never put his gangster hand up. Was Joey Ayupa. You heard of him?
Yeah.
A boss for Tony Accardo. This guy was serious than a heart attack. I can tell you a few stories. He traumatized me when I was a little boy. We went to this farm for a picnic, a barbecue. And I always remember this. And I was walking into the place where the barbecue and I looked down the lane of all the picnic tables. They had goat heads. These are all Italian guys, okay? They had goat heads, barbecue goat heads on plates. You know what I mean? I said, what the hell is this? And there's so many goat heads you couldn't believe, stacked. So I'm looking at these goat heads, and finally everyone sat down. Now let me tell you about the outfits of the day. Now these are all Dago guys. The outfit of the day was, it was hot out. They had the white beater t-shirts on. They had the Bermuda shorts on. They had the high black socks up to their knees, and they had the white loafers. And these guys had so much gold on them, you could probably sink a ship on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the time gangsters. So, Ayup sat down. He goes, Johnny, come here. I went over by him. He says, he took the knife. He pried open the mouth of this goat. He pulled out the tongue, and he cut a piece. He goes, try this. I said, oh my God. So I put part of the tongue. It was good. You can feel the scales, though. You know what I mean? It's gross. And Ayup dug out the eyeball. And he goes, try this now. And I tried it like an idiot. I should have just swallowed it. But I bit down in it, and it was like gummy, gooey shit coming out of the eyeball. And that he traumatized. Listen, I got so sick I was puking and all laughing because of me, you know. I couldn't take that. He traumatized. And another time, he called up my stepfather's house. I was at home, and he goes, listen, he goes, this is Joey. He goes, tell your dad I'm having a barbecue at my house, and if he doesn't show up, I'm going to break his leg. Sorry about the swearing.
It's all right. Ayupa was known as the Big Tuna, right?
Well, he was Tuna's other guy. He made him the boss, the big boss, you know, because Tony Accardo stood back from, you know, the position of being a boss.
Or who was known as the Big Tuna?
That's Tony Accardo.
Accardo,
That's Tony Accardo. When we go to Tony Accardo, he was Al Capone's enforcer, and he was his bodyguard and chauffeur. So who got him into the racket with Al Capone was a guy named Machine Gun Jack McGurn. Now, I heard stories with him because, you know, I pretended to listen as a little boy and he talked to the guy. He sounded like he had a bromance with this guy. Now, my suspicion is Accardo, he did everything with Machine Gun. Now, Machine Gun Jack McGurn was the prime suspect of the St. Valentine's Day massacre. Now, my suspicion, I think it was Tony Accardo, too. It seemed like he did everything with this guy. You know what I mean? He brought him in the Al Capone game. They would hang out. They'd buddy all together. So my suspicion is probably right. I'm sure Tony Accardo, we will never know this, you know. But, I mean, it's crazy the amount when you live in a mafia family, I'm up like I did. I mean, the stuff was serious, but like my friend he would install carpet for my stepfather, and he'd come up to me scared, shaking. He goes, Johnny, I need your dad to go pick up my money for my work. I said, what's wrong with you? He goes, John, you understand these are cold-colored killers. These are psychopathic killers. I'm not going to ask you for money.